You answered the letter. Now, like me, you are a part of this place.
Hello everyone, Science Viking here, and it's time to return to Darkest Dungeon. And, well, supply costs are free, and it is time to embark. Let's see. First question to ask is, can we do a champion level mission? Let's see, we have Bowen, Adenel, Sordival, Koliar, Bertrand. Maybe, but we have a fairly limited pool of heroes. And we don't have a champion level Vestal. Let's see, what are our options? We could lose 4 more people to the Siren. Let's see, the Berserk Mask is pretty nice for a leper, but I'm more interested in something that increases accuracy. The Siren is the only boss we can take on. So, let's see. I mean, being able to send a Plague Doctor after the Siren would be okay, but no. I'm not going after a boss unless we actually have a champion level Vestal that we can include in that mission. So let's see what else to do. So we can get a Berserk Charm doing an exploration mission in the Cove, or we can get a Berserk Charm doing an exploration mission in the Weald. I was half expecting this one to be another Berserk Charm. We can get more Medic's Greaves. We already have this. The Protective Collar, which is honestly kind of terrible. I mean, I suppose it's okay if you have a Houndmaster who's in the front lines using his stunning ability, but I generally rely on Houndmasters to deal damage. Ah, the Ancestor's Lantern increases the chance of surprising enemies. That's pretty nice. However, I kind of want to get some of the Resolve level 1 and 0 people leveled up a bit. What are our novice mission options? Let's see, we can get a Worry Stone in the Warrens. We can get a Paralyzer's Crest for a Crusader. That's actually pretty good. As well as 5 crests and the town event Lost and Found, which I suspect allows us to recover lost trinkets. I'm guessing at that, but let's go with that. Let's find out what Lost and Found is. Alright, so who to send? Okay. Who to send? Bretuli is going. We need someone in the front. Altard is good for that. May as well get a Hellion some experience. And then that means we just need somebody all the way in the back. It would be good if that somebody knew some healing abilities too. Let's see. Well, the Occultist with Weird Reconstruction could be good. So he can't really use Sacrificial Stab, but between Abyssal Artillery, Demon's Pull, and Weird Reconstruction, he should be okay in position 4. I can't really move the Abomination any farther back, though. Alright, well, we got a team. We've got a mission. Let's see, let me... Yeah, I like this ability set. Actually, I'm going to drop Revenge for Purge. Actually, wait a second. I am not going to drop Revenge for Purge. The Occultist already has. Trade Bleed Out for Iron Swan, and I'm going to switch the positions of the Leper and the Hellion. Alright, I'd say we're as prepared as we're going to be. Let's do this. Couple more medicinal herbs. Wait a second. Everything's free. I may as well have as many of each thing as we can carry. Yeah, the only thing that limits how much of this stuff I can take is inventory space. I'm gonna splurge. I mean, we do need to be at least somewhat cautious about inventory space, because we also have to... I'm guessing this is one of those where we have to take the things we find and carry them back. But I don't need to worry about being efficient with money at all, because everything is free. Alright. We got our 16 torches, 24 food, 6 holy water, 4 shovels. Yeah, I'd say we're ready. Let's do this. And thralls will explode if left for too long. Wow, I never knew that. I almost feel like it'd be more helpful to have a loading screen message explaining that they won't explode until you've attacked them at least once.
Recover these lost shipments of rarities, that we may prevent them from falling into even less scrupulous hands.
Okay, this is going to be a bit... This map is not exactly conducive to a successful search, and the lack of scouting is going to make that even harder. These are the kinds of missions where scouting is really important, and we don't have any. I suppose the good news is there's not as many connecting hallways. And we've been surprised. Not entirely sure what to do with this one. That's not what I was not trying to do that. You can only move forward one, and then the Hellion would have to move forward later. I'm just going to transform. This situation's rough enough that... Right. Unfortunately, he still can't... I'm going to have to pass the turn anyway, so I'm going to move him forward anyway. And Stress Wave. And Spearfishing, which finally hit someone I don't mind being hit. Unfortunately, the Hellion also has to pass her turn. We're just a little bit out of position. I'm going to see if I can take out the Sea Maggot. Almost. Alright, you can move back too, and now we're in something that resembles our intended position. Though the Hellion is not where she needs to be. Alright, how are we going to do this? I'm gonna try Rage on the Thrall. Okay! Okay, that was good. Rage is good. I like Rage. Alright, you move forward one. And I don't like Stress Wave, so let's bring this guy over. Now let's see if we can take out the Maggot, and I was going to try to take out both, instead I got neither. Oh, and the Hellion can just handle the grouper while the other two are handling the guys in the front. That works. The Hellion finally found a way to make herself useful. Alright. And if Hugh won't do it, let's see about Rage.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And let's try Hugh. There we go.
The onslaught. Destroy them all.
That went very wrong very fast. Well, everybody's alive, so I suppose it could be worse. Oh, 1,500 gold. Let's get the party back into formation. I don't feel like we're usually displaced that badly when we're surprised, but we got thrown way out of whack. The part of that is because the Abomination is as far back as he can comfortably be, so moving him even one space backward really messes him up. Alright, light up another torch, we got plenty of them. And a fish carcass! Yay! Gross beyond measure. And, yeah, shovel number 5 can stay where it is. Okay. I need to drop something. Citrine isn't that useful. Oh, finally, we have some scouting. Oh, we're definitely going down here. And with all of this scouting, we have found 0 quest object. Okay, this is our first quest location. Okay. The quest stuff appears to be concentrated in the part of the dungeon that we're not in right now. It would do that. Right. Ah, bandits. Beast's bile. Yeah, his stress isn't that high yet. More psychological warfare. And now let's see if we can get rid of the Fusilier. Almost. Wait, yes we can. There we go.
Give them no quarter.
I knew there was a reason I kept the occultist around. Still wondering why the leper is here, though. I mean, well, the leper is here because every once in a while, everything goes right, the planets align, and he actually manages to hit something.
The ground quakes.
Feel the wrath of the hopeless. Ooh. Well, see, he's blighted for 6 and he has 7 hit points. I'm actually going to go with if it bleeds on the bloodletter. Not that it matters, because attacks that don't hit don't cause damage. Bet you didn't know that you have to hit the enemy for them to take damage. Continue watching for other equally informative commentary.
Sedated.
He's bleeding for 2, but we have a ton of bandages. Beast Bile on the Cutthroat doesn't matter, but increasing the blight counter on the other guy does. Okay, there we go. May as well use Barbaric Yawp, just because I can. Weird Reconstruction. Whoa. You know, Whistle, I think you're in line for a promotion. You've used the occultist has used Weird Reconstruction twice, and he's restored 12 and 13 hit points respectively. This guy he's gonna go far in this.
No intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Let's see. 2 deeds can stay. Not entirely sure about using the skeleton key, considering, let's see. Bloodied Fetish I can just equip to somebody right now. Doesn't really matter who. Let's see, what to drop for the sapphires? Yeah, I'll drop the emerald for the sapphires. Alright, and now back the other way. The downside to having this many supply items is not a lot of inventory space for loot. I guess packs laden with supplies are often low on loot.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Alright. Now I'm definitely going down here because I need to find out if there's a quest item in this hallway or this room. And a barnacle-encrusted chest, which gets us heavy boots. Oh, I'll give those to the leper as well.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Oh, this is a quest location. Well, I can come. I didn't even notice that. Well, I can come back for it. I need to check all the way to the end of this road anyway. Okay, Bretuli is gonna need to get treated for that quirk of his. Alright. Oh!
Mechanical hazards, possessed by evil intent.
You know, it's been a long time since I saw a mechanical hazard that had tentacles. I'm thinking mechanical might not quite be the right word for that. Alright. Let's see if bring the Fusilier a little farther forward. He can still use blanket fire even when he's all that way forward. He can still use slice and dice even when he's that far forward. But they have the ability Harmless Poke. I wonder, I've never seen them use Harmless Poke. I'm gonna go with Hugh. I should have gone with Chop. Well, Wicked Hack could theoretically have ended one of them. Well, Beast Vile will take care of one.
Broken. Maintain the offensive.
And I haven't gotten much of a chance to use this before, but Missile Artillery. Ooh, that's not so good. Really should have used Weird Really should have used Weird Reconstruction. Really should have used Weird Reconstruction.
That's the very precipice of oblivion.
Well, that's bad. And now Blanket Fire. And it's even more bad.
A tenuous proposition in this sprawl.
Yeah. So, those bad decisions tend to have consequences around here.
A faint hope blossoms.
I mean, we've won. As soon as those guys get their turns, they'll die, but yeah.
Death by inches.
Mistakes have consequences around these parts. And now we have to finish the rest of the mission with 3 people because I screwed up. Alright. Probably gonna have to rely on transformation a bit more. I suppose the good news is I'm in range where I can comfortably use Sacrificial Stab. Not that it does too much because of the high protection of the Guardians. Though we can cut through them reasonably quickly. Ah, Barnacle Barrier. See if that does you any good. He's only bleeding for a little bit. Though being down even just one hero makes a pretty big difference because it means you get fewer attacks. Weird Reconstruction. Up, and my numbers finally come up. This is the game punishing me for not using Weird Reconstruction earlier. And now I'm going to demonstrate why Barnacle Barrier isn't going to do you any good. Okay, Chop, but he manages to survive. This may just be one of those where we gradually lose everybody due to kind of attrition. Hopefully, I'll have the intelligence to run away before that happens. But I mean, you've seen my decision-making abilities. You know that I'm just going to stick with this to the end, even if it's a terrible mistake.
Slowly.
Well, that's the end of the grouper.
This is how a life is taken.
Just keep accumulating blight, exploiting the fact that the blight resistance in this area is low. And the Guardian is just going to be a bit of a tough nut to crack. Right. Weird Reconstruction, because it's our only reasonable chance of saving this guy. Use a bandage, and you know what? It's time to get serious. Go full beast mode on him. And rage. There we go. I should be able to finish the Guardian off with Chop.
That cuts on its own.
And so that's what I'm going to use. Of course, you would have one hit point left. Well, if I'd known that was going to happen, I would have used Hugh, because I can also use Rake. He's only blighted for 3, and he has 4 hit points, which means he gets to attack. Oh, he's dead now.
This expedition at least promises success.
And the crowd goes wild as the abomination returns to
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Let's use holy water. Alright, and let's light up the fire with the stress levels and the health levels.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
What camping skills have we got? Unspeakable Commune. We're definitely using that because we don't want to be midnight surprises. May as well use Bloody Shroud. The extra resistance is going to be good. And Encourage on the Leper because his stress level is highest. And Encourage on the Abomination because his stress level is also high. And that's really all we can do that's useful. We do not have the best camping skills on this team. Alright. Now we need to move to this room to confirm there isn't a quest location here.
Another mariner, another misfortune.
Okay, we got ourselves a thrall. And they're opening up with Stress Wave, too. What is the thrall's stun resistance? Only 50%. 100% base chance to stun. Let's try it. I was hoping it would cause more damage than that. Alright. We can get the thrall before the thrall gets a turn. That's good. It's not going to explode. The Revenge would probably be enough to turn this expedition into a failure at this point. I really should spend some turns having the Leper use Solemnity, but I don't really have the turns to spend.
Well struck.
Ooh, Boissel has decided to make up for those low rolls with weird reconstruction. And now you're reduced to using Ceremonial Cut, which is like Sacrificial Stab, just weaker.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Ooh. And the Leper is showing his usual skill in hitting the enemy. None. Fortunately, enemies at novice level have low stun resistance. They have low death resistance, too.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Okay. And now we just need to find out what's at the end of this incredibly long hallway. If I'm lucky, it will be a quest location, because that means that we're almost out of this and there's not a whole lot more that we can take. Instead, it is literally nothing. But this mission isn't a nothing inspection. We shouldn't be looking at nothing. Alright. I'm not gonna gamble. I'll just light my last torch.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
I was thinking about dropping.
You require only the strength to follow it.
I was thinking about dropping the shovels, but I'm not going to gamble that we're that far into the mission yet. There may be another obstacle we have to get past. Of course, we also have to. Well, we don't have to, but I am opening the chest in here.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
Okay, what to drop? Drop the holy water. Since we can't make camp, any additional food is basically useless at this point, so let's drop that. And we have yet to encounter anything that can inflict blight, so I'm going to gamble that we won't encounter anything with blight and drop the antivenom. Alright. And a trap managed to respawn, apparently. Okay, and we have a quest location, which means we need to drop something.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Indeed they are. We've got enough treasure, we can afford to drop the skeleton keys. Now it's just a matter of getting to this one and then finding the last one, and then we're okay. Ish. Alright, stashed heirlooms. Crests!
The light, the promise of safety.
And the debuff stone. Alright, and the leper managed to disarm the trap. Ah, another thrall. Just what I needed right now. Alright, let's gamble on manacles again. Ooh, critical manacles! Destruction is all I can give this world. There we go. Q that would have been just as effective if it had been chop. You know, I'm actually really liking the Abomination's human form. Like, not just his... Like, Beast form has obvious advantages, but I mean, between Manacles and Beast's Bile, he's pretty effective at human form. Right, Sacrificial Stab on the one with more hit points. And as long as it hits, we're good. And it hits. Oh, does it hit. Unfortunately, I can't take any of the loot. Like, with all the stuff we've been upgrading, can we invest in larger backpacks, maybe? I'll drop the medicinal herbs next. The problem with I can't drop the food, because if I drop any of the food, I have to drop all of the food. Yeah, that is the sparkle of coin. Actually, apparently it isn't the sparkle of coin, because there's nothing in the backpack. Okay, no scouting, so there's one left, so 50-50 chance. Eeny, meeny, miny, that one. The 500 gold that we can't carry are ours. Well, I'm glad I didn't drop the shovels. Ooh. A group of groupers. It's just all groupers all the way down. Alright, and we're just gonna grow full crowd control this time, and fail to kill anything and take a lot of damage. Maybe I shouldn't have gone full crowd control. I don't know, we seem to be doing alright. I probably just jinxed it by saying something positive, but we seem to be doing alright. And now we're not doing alright. Now we are thoroughly not doing alright. Okay, Beast Smile again. Okay, that's the end of that grouper, and this grouper is almost the end of that grouper. I've said grouper so many times the word is starting to feel weird. Alright. Speaking of weird, reconstruct yourself, Colossal. Okay, you're gonna have to do a little better than that. Alright. And the leper is showing why we keep him around in spite of his accuracy problems. Let's see if we can stun this one.
A singular strike.
Alright. Okay, that's more like it. Awesome. And let's just get rid of the corpses. Well, one of the corpses. And even with the buff, his stun resistance is only 60%. Yeah, the Abomination is actually pretty good. Like, even when he's not transformed, the Abomination is actually pretty nice. He can even heal himself, too. Okay. There we go. You know, it better be at the end of this hallway. Who am I kidding? There's nothing at the end of this hallway. And at the end of the other hallway, it's... Never mind. See, I'm doing my usual pessimistic thing, and the game just decides to make a liar out of me. Now let's drop the shovel. And let's get out of here before something goes horribly wrong. I mean, beyond losing somebody. You know, that... I mean, aside from the fatality, that actually went alright. We even got a pretty good haul of heirlooms, especially for a novice mission. And the Paralyzer's crest is actually going to be pretty good for a Crusader. Ooh, no new quirks either, that's nice. And let's find out what Lost and Found does.
A finely crafted instrument of butchery and bloodshed. Yours for the taking.
Oh, neat. So that's what that does. It gets us a free weapon upgrade. Given how expensive upgrades can get towards the end of the game, that's quite nice. Now the question is, who do we bring to replace the dead guy? The dead girl, I mean. Well, we only have 2 Vestals. And the only prospective hero whose resolve level is higher than 0 is a level 1 abomination. So, I'll take the Seeker Vestal. I mean,
A sister of battle,
we go through Vestals
pious
fast.
and unrelenting.
Let's see about upgrading the Sanitarium. Patient Cells still requires more busts than we have, and more busts than we are likely to have for some time. Upgrading the Survivalist. Let's see if I can give up some portraits. I need 92, and I have 75. Well, 75 plus 25 is 100, and 100 minus 8 is 92. So I need 25 minus 8 crests, which is 17. I need 17 crests. Let's see if I can trade for that. Well, I can trade for 18, and it only costs 6 portraits. So let's do that. And let's max out the Survivalist.
They must learn more than brutal bloodletting. They must learn to survive.
And before I spend this wondrous bounty of gold that we found, along with the free weapon upgrade, I am going to get us a fresh recording file as my offering to the gods of sound recording, that we may not have massive echo issues again. I will be back in a moment.
I was lord of this place before the crows and rats made it their domain.
Alright, I am back, and now the question is, whose weapon am I upgrading? Let's see, it has to be somebody who isn't maxed out, obviously. Let's see. Oh, it's sort of. Alright, I could upgrade Lovett's weapon. How about Vane? Vane is maxed out. Let's see, it has to be someone who relies on their weapon a lot. And it should be one of the later upgrades, because we want to save a lot of money. And that doesn't really leave me with a lot of options, since I'm kind of fastidious about upgrading everybody. Let's see about Fuchsia. I know Clarinel's already maxed out. You know, Lovett looks like the one who's going to be getting it. Lovett is the lucky hero who gets a free weapon upgrade. Alright. And I may as well upgrade his armor as well. I could have upgraded Canuville. Honestly, I can upgrade his equipment anyway because we have plenty of money. And I think I can upgrade Bretui's equipment as well, or Bretuil. Upgrade it from progressive mutation to aggressive mutation. And get him some sturdier chains. Let's see about Sigweir. I may as well upgrade Sigweir's weapon. It's not that important, but it matters a little bit. Well, let's go visit the guild. I believe Damour is... Oh, Damour is not maxed out. Let's fix that. At the very least, Dazzling Light, Divine Grace, and Divine Comfort should be maxed out on every Vestal that we have. And also, Bretuil is leveled up, so I can upgrade his abilities. And... let's see. I'm just going to upgrade everything. I actually use all of his abilities, and it isn't that expensive to upgrade all of them. Let's see about Roard. Strike Through could benefit from being upgraded. Let's see. Bowen. Yeah, he's pretty much maxed out. Altard could use some work yet, though. At this point, pretty much the A-team is fully upgraded for both equipment and all of the abilities I regularly use. So... was gonna say I could have Clarinel upgrade Lunge, but the thing about Lunge is there's rarely a situation where you want to move the there's rarely a situation where you want to move her forward. Let's see. I think I'll upgrade Canovil's Inspiring Tune and Dirk Stab. Sword of All's maxed out. Love It is maxed out for basically everything I care about. I don't really like Point Blank Shot because if he's at melee range, he can use Wicked Slice or Rope and Vein. Knocking the enemy back it's situationally useful, but that's usually something I want to plan in advance. I don't want a knockback ability that is that particular about which position the hero is in. Let's see, I can upgrade Bertrand's Incision. And... you know, Emboldening Vapors is at least somewhat useful. Actually, the last thing I should do is upgrade one of our antiquarians, if I can find them. There we are, Seguier. Not a whole lot to upgrade, though. You know, I can't believe I never really properly noticed this before, but Flash Powder is actually pretty good. In addition to removing stealth, I can also use it to debuff the enemy's accuracy. I can't believe I never noticed Flash Powder as an option. I really should have that instead of Invigorating Vapors. Anyway, I'd say that's enough upgrading, so let us embark. And what to do? Let's see. What can we get? I can get a Tough Ring from taking on a champion level wield mission. I can get a Protective Collar that I don't want, or I could get a Solar Bracer I also don't want. I could get a Beast Slayer's Ring, those are okay. Worry Stone, or Heavy Boots. You know, I like Heavy Boots a lot, and I also want to level up some of my lower resolve level heroes, so let's do that. I'm just going to move everyone forward and put the new Vestal in the back. In all probability, we're going to lose at least one of the other Vestals. I may as well level up a new Vestal. Yes, Sigmund and Damour, we are already training your replacement. Don't worry, it's not because of anything you've done wrong, it's just because the mortality rate is really high. I'm sure you'll find that comforting. And I have a Vestal with the worst ability set I can imagine, because I forgot to go back and actually learn abilities for the new Vestal. Let's fix that. Dazzling Light and Divine Comfort. There we go. Now the Vestal actually has the right abilities. Drop Mace Bash for Dazzling Light and Hand of Light for Divine Comfort. Okay. Now you're at least marginally equipped properly. And this Vestal started off with Sanctuary. That's good. And yeah, I want Heavy Boots because move resistance is good, and because because it grants a pretty good bonus to protection. You know, Hag's Ladle could be good for the increased Blight skill chance. Lock of Patience, plus 0% Virtue chance. Protective Padlock, he's definitely equipping. And the Padlock of Transference, 20% Blight and Stun skill chance. So he's more useful in human form, basically. Okay. And for the Leper, the Redemption Armlet, increased damage in position 1 and reduces Virtue chance. And increased accuracy, critical rate, and stress in place of the Heavy Boots he's already equipping. I'm going to go with the Fortunate Armlet and the Redemption Armlet. That just leaves the Occultist. And the only thing I could give him is the Eldritch Killing Incense, which I'm going to let that sit on the shelf. We're unlikely to encounter Eldritch enemies here. Alright, let's get ourselves a spare set of Heavy Boots, and hopefully get at least some of these heroes up to resolve level 3. do not need 4 shovels. We do need a good amount of food, though. 4 will do. Well, 16, actually. A little anti-venom, a little more bandages. You know, 1 medicinal herbs is probably good. We may end up not even needing that. Torches. Alright, mustn't forget the torches. Alright. And that should do us. Let's do this. Should I feel nervous that the quest hint is reminding us that running away is always an option? Are you trying to tell me something, Darkest Dungeon?
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Ooh. And in our literally the first tile of the first hallway, we already have a trap we didn't. And the second tile is a second trap. What a lovely start to this mission! It's just all traps all the time. And a third trap, just a different kind of trap. It's just traps all the way down with this map. And since we don't have scouting, we have to check if there's a room battle in here. Ooh, holy water on the decorative urn. Let's see what we get. Ooh, and we even got a protective padlock. That's nice. And the sack's contents are mine.
Treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
I'll drop the jade for the portrait. And I'm not sure if I want there to be a room battle at the end of this or not. Well, doesn't matter what I want, there is one. Let's see, what's their blight resistance? Their blight resistance is low, but they're also just fragile, so I'm just gonna try to kill a spitter.
Executed with impunity.
Destruction is all I can give this world. Alright, is she gonna resist the stun? No, she is not. Is he gonna resist the stun? No, he is not. Okay, that isn't good, and she's blighted too. Fortunately, she isn't blighted for that much.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
And now the spiders get to go first again. Oh, no, they don't. Well, manacles had to fail at some point. A lot of blight damage.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Well, weird reconstruction didn't do much good, but at least the Vestal isn't bleeding, so count your blessings, I guess. I'm pretty sure Hugh can one-shot either of these, so just come down to whether or not it hits. Yes, it can.
This expedition at least promises success.
Okay. Honestly, I'm going to drop the protective collar for the crests. I'm also just going to drop
the promise of
one last torch for the busts. Alright. And I don't know of any interactions in the ruins that use medicinal herbs, so I'm just going to drop them. It's mostly the Cove and the Warrens and the Weald that have those. Right. Wonder how long it's going to be before we get our first instance of scouting. I mean, we're novices, so the scouting chance is already pretty low, and I don't think we have any,
gains purchase.
Seriously, what is it with you people and traps? In fact, who built these traps? Did the ancestor do this? He just felt like laying traps everywhere throughout his home? Like, he's just getting up in the morning, going down to get breakfast, and he has to remember to duck to avoid the swinging blades? Is that how we got here?
Masterfully executed.
I fear no demon for the greatest monster license. I fear no demon, but that bone Arablest, it scares me.
Back to the pit.
Alright. And congratulations, the Vestal's on death's door on the Vestal's on death's door on the second fight of her first mission. Well, she's not on death's door anymore, and she isn't even bleeding. I guess we could call it a success. And Dukask has decided to show our resident occultist how you actually heal someone. Say, no, let me do that. This is how you heal something. And I probably should have targeted the Aura Blast with Beast Spot or with Manacle. However, I'll pull the wounded Aura Blast forward. And he's actually already, yeah, he's dead. Now I just need to make sure none of us die. If only it were so simple. Alright. Chop on the stone wall. You can reach the Arbalest with Sacrificial Staff. Whoa! And the occultist has demonstrated that he may not know anything about healing, but he can at least kill.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Decided to reclaim his honor by showing that even if he's the world's worst medic, he can at least kill things. Puts him ahead of the Vestal. Alright. Still no scouting. Which means more traps, probably. You know, I'll take this over a trap. I don't want to be hit by Tempting Goblet, though. Yep. Run for the old gods. I'd like to avoid that, too, but I think Tempting Goblet is worse. You know, let's hope for a critical. Oh, we don't even need a critical. That works, too. Well, keep the Brawler from getting his turn, and we might actually be able to do this with no damage. Never mind. Oh, we could still do this. Alright, so Manacles on this guy, and now we just need to end the Brawler. Okay. Yeah, because he recovers from stun now. Okay, Altard, I have one job for you. I know it's an uphill battle, but I think you can handle it. Hit. There we go. Good. Good leper, you get a cookie.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Let's see, Citrine is only worth 250. I'd love to keep those deeds, but I don't want to risk dropping something to get them. I really need to treat the Abomination's kleptomania. And it's an empty room. Oh, we finally have successful scouting! Well, sort of. We at least... So we
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
So we finally managed to detect a trap, and we fall into it anyway. Lovely. Okay, and we have hunger, which is, well, we prepared for that. Okay. The hunger showed up just in time to clear up space for loot. So... And probably another room battle. Nope! Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've been to 5 different rooms and have had no scouting successes so far. I can't reach the Arablest with Manacles, but I also can't reach it with Beast's Bile, so I'm just going to use Manacles on this guy. And then Demon's Pull on the Arablest. And if I'm lucky... Nope, he resisted it. Well, and I can't reach him with Dazzling Light either. Well, let's just get rid of the Courtier.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And once again... Depending on accuracy, he should be able to finish both of these. Nope. Nope, only one of them. And the Bone Arablest has decided to pay the occultist back for that attempted tentacle grab. grab. Oh. Darn. I was hoping the soldier wouldn't survive that. Well, let's at least get rid of these corpses. Oh, of course. Oh, no, he still resisted it. That Aura Blessed is stable. He will not be moved. Alright, and yeah, of course they both get to go before the leper does. Well, there we go.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
I'm gonna be honest, the leper has been doing a pretty good job of at least reliably hitting the enemy. Which is unusual for his class. Such carnage, yes! And now he's claustrophobic. You know, I think your new affliction is punishment enough. I don't need to do anything else to you. Okay, that's 6 rooms with no scouting. Ooh, we're starting to run out of torches.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
And the game finally takes pity on us and gives us a map because we've had no scouting. Right. After this upcoming room battle is probably when we should rest. Alright, as usual, manacle the guy with Tempting Goblet because the stress levels are excessively high anyway. And there he goes. Not that I like being hit by Rend for the Old Gods either. Fortunately, Novice Rend for the Old Gods at least doesn't inflict very much bleeding. And I really should have healed.
Destroy.
Okay. I forget how fragile the enemies are at Novice level sometimes. And, Bratuli, why don't you work on the chain gang? Okay, there we go. Alright, Divine Comfort.
The wounds
Let's get everybody a bit healed.
But never hidden.
And yeah, Altard has been doing pretty good.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Altard has been doing a very good job of hitting the enemy. I mean, I probably shouldn't have to praise somebody for that, but he's a leper, so what can you expect? For now, I'm going to go with manacles. Unfortunately, one of them still gets off Tempting Goblet. Though, the other thing I'll give the Abomination credit for, despite being like covered in locked chains, he knows when to duck. Like that guy is nimble. Alright. Let's focus on... Alright, I can't... Well, I can prevent him from using his shielding ability. And I'm going to cross my finger... No, hero damage is only 5 to 9. I can't definitely kill the Bone Soldier with that, so Chop should be able to kill it. Ooh, critical Chop! Alright. And, Bratuli, why don't you show the Bone Courtier how you actually hit something? Right. And even the Bone Defender is having trouble standing up to Chop. Let's use Judgment on the, Yeah, now I've denied the enemy their entire turn. Nice. And Boissel still can't manage to hit anything. The Abomination's showing him how it's done, though.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I've had very little blight. Against my better judgment, I'm dropping the anti-venom for crests. Also, yeah, be it remembered that the only time we had scouting was because we found a map. Alright. And let's light ourselves up some firewood.
Gathered
Feast.
close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
Alright. Sanctuary. Where We definitely need that to prevent, Dark Ritual. Reduce torchlight by 100, but it removes mortality debuffs. Let's see. Unfortunately, I don't really have much that can reduce the Abomination's stress. I have a little bit, though. Fear is a mental state. Change your mind and conquer it. Enchant isn't amazing, because I'm pretty sure that the Abomination is not religious, but it'll do something. Because his stress level is getting a little dangerously high. Let's see, we don't need Unspeakable Commune. Let the mask down isn't really that important. Well, I can use Incur to one of the other heroes. We can withstand anything if I can just hold this fiend back. Well, let's rest up. Also, you know, Bertulli has basically demonstrated that he can hold his own as a hero without even using his Abomination powers.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
I mean, yeah, Beast's Bile is, I think, the product of his being an Abomination. But for the most part, he's just been using his manacles. Like, he's just been using that chain like a badass, and that seems to be all he needs to hold his own alongside the other heroes. Oh, yay. Cultists and skeletons. I don't want to be hit with Stress Wave. Or, it's not Stress Wave, but it's like Stress Wave, and I can't remember what it's called. Not that Tempting Goblet is any better. Alright, and bleeding for the old gods. Now, I have Abyssal Artillery. Let's see how much damage this can do. Quite a bit. Oh, Rampart! Well, except it doesn't move him forward, and it's called something different. Okay, one more Abyssal Artillery, and they're both dead. And
Decimated.
that's the end of the Brawler. That leaves just the Defender, and he's not going to hold up for long. Oh, Stressful Incantation. Thank you for reminding me what that ability is called. Now, never use it again. Right. Now would be a good time for Absolution. It would actually be nice if he can have low enough stress to go into the next mission. Judgment didn't quite do what I was hoping it would, though the critical healing was good. Oh, and the artillery missed. We're going to need to reposition, adjust the angle of the Eldritch Abomination, and maybe redo some of your calculations. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. I'm just going to use Absolution again. And Dazzling Light. Keep him nice and stunned. And since he doesn't get another turn, I can also use Solemnity. Just have the two frontrunners quick de-stress themselves a little bit. Just take a break, just get some nice, relaxing, you know, stress-relieving activities in the middle of the fight. Unfortunately, Boissel still can't hit the broadside of the skeleton. And his stun resistance is up to 200%, so that was never going to work. That was, though. And with the exception...
horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Also, let's take a moment to appreciate that with the exception of the Vestal, they all left that battle with lower stress levels than they had going into it. Alright, there's nothing of importance in this hallway. Except more time for the torch to go down. And, yep, we're nothing inspectors again. Well, 2 more battles and some loot, and we're out of here. Ooh, we finally find a torch, just when we needed one. I'm just gonna light that sucker up now. Alright. I like the fact that most of my stress levels are low, and I don't want to have an afflicted Vestal. Stun the crazy person. Okay, that was definitely the right call. Yep, and of course he decides to undo all my hard work by using Technic Gauntlet. Okay. You know, I like... Let's see, this pulls him forward too. So if I use Demon's Pull, that will put the Madman out of range of Hugh. So I'm actually just going to use Abyssal Artillery. And Dazzling Light on the Courtier. Well, it was worth a shot. Okay, only 73% to hit the Madman. Well, it did. Unfortunately, it didn't kill either of them. And this time the Madman gets to go before the Abomination does. And the Vestal... Our first resolve test?
Many fall in the face of chaos,
nice.
but not this one. Not today.
Our first resolve test, and she came out virtuous. Right, let's get rid of the Courtier. Unfortunately, she's still having kind of a bad day. Power is purity. Alright, quick heal yourself a bit. Alright. I'm gonna try Demon's Pull anyway. I'm tired of being hit by Quarrel. Alright, and let's see what Hugh does this time. Exactly what I wanted it to. Okay, so he's gone before the Abomination twice and after the Abomination once. Well, let's pay him back. Also, is it just me, or do the Abomination and the Madman look really similar to each other?
Push on to the task's
Like,
end.
I swear, the Abomination and the Madman could be played by the same actor, just in a different costume and makeup. It's honestly kind of weird. Oh, and after complaining about the Bow and Aura Blast, we have 2 of them now. Let's see if I... And I can't reach the one in the back with any of my stunning abilities. Well, we're just going to have to kill him quickly. Alright. Let's just end the soldier while we can. And let's gamble. So close. We almost had him. Alright. Now it's just the defender's turn. Everybody is targeting the Abomination. I mean, knowing his personality, I'm sure the Abomination doesn't mind, but everybody is targeting the Abomination. I'm actually gonna Manacle the Defender this time. Because that should bring him down into the range where I can kill him with Chop. Now let's get rid of those corpses. Or not. Apparently the Arablest is skilled at avoiding tentacles. Don't ask where he learned that. Right. And even more quarreling. Well, I can at least get rid of the last Arablest. The last Arablest? The first Arablest. There were 2 and now there's 1. Apparently 1 is equal to 0 in my mind. This is why they don't let me do math. Let's see how Demon's Pull does this time. Quite well. A bit of healing.
Surgical precision.
How appropriate for the medic to have surgical precision. And she even gets to finish off the last enemy.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a
Don't need the
slow
bandages
and
anymore.
insidious killer.
However, we are opening this chest. And let's see what we get. Lots of
Glittering
heirlooms.
gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Alright, I'll drop the skeleton key. Fortune smirks at last. And now we go back to the hamlet.
Room by room, hall by hall, we reclaim what is ours.
Ours. I love how you talk like you're actually a part of this, Ancestor. At this point, you're just watching me do this and commentating. I'm the one who's actually doing all of this. Plenty of heirlooms, plenty of gold. And now what I'm most interested in... Okay, only the only the leper is resolve level 3 now, and he's a wheeled scrounger. Apparently he's making up for his bad scout. I think he's just spin doctoring the scouting issue we had. I was like, no, I'm a great scout, but only in the Weald. Take me to the Weald and I can scout effectively. But yeah, I don't buy it, Altard. You're just trying to spin. And Bretuli has reduced disease resistance, increased damage if his health is low, and reduced debuff resistance. We're going to need to treat that. And now we have a wheeled adventurer and our occultist. Yeah, let me guess, this has something to do with the wheeled too. No, the Vestal just has a guilty conscience. I was going to say, it's like, they're all just spin doctoring this. No, we only had problems because we were in the ruins. Take us to the wheeled and we'll be fine.
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
Now we have some treatment to do. Yeah, we're not going to be able to trade our way into having 60 busts just yet. As much as I'd like to have 3 patient cells in the treatment ward. Okay, where is my abomination? Alright. Let's treat his vampiric spirits. Who actually needs stress treatment? Let's see. Honestly, just the Vestal. I think everybody else is okay. Where is the Vestal? Here she is. It's Duquesne, I think is what her name is. Yeah, sorry, I can't remember all your names. I try not to get too attached because before you inevitably die. Leave. Leave is what I meant to say, not the other thing. But I'm actually going to hold on to my heirlooms because I'm close to getting the last patient cells upgrade, and I really want to hold on to that because if I can get that and then induce a caregivers convention to happen, that could be really useful. Alright. Let's see how much it would cost to treat Sigmund's obsession with food. Let's see. 1050, we can afford that. Locking in Last Gasp would be really expensive. It's somewhat useful, but it's not worth the amount of gold it would cost. Because locking it in would be useful because the extra speed means she can heal herself when she's in danger and possibly at death's door. But not for the amount of gold it would cost with the amount of gold that we have. Let's see. What else can we treat? Let's see, the Mania abilities have the effect of making a hero be forced to interact with certain... You know, Plutomania, I think, is the one that we've been getting that causes people to interact with a... curio without giving me the chance to use an item, and I think I want to get rid of that, so I'm going to treat it 4,500 gold to treat Bertrand's Plutomania. I think I'm going to wait until we have more money before I do something like that. Though there's not a lot of upgrading I can do. Let's see. I can upgrade Altard's abilities, though. Mainly Hew and Chop, because we really need that accuracy boost. And I can probably upgrade his weapon and armor, too. I can! Let's see if there's anything good for sale. Not really. Well, let's see what camping abilities he can learn. Ooh, Reflection. I definitely want him to learn Reflection. That's extremely useful. I'd say probably drop quarantine for reflection. Let's see what Bowen can get. He already has reflection. And courage could be useful, though. I think Vastal has all of her useful. Let's see, she has Sharpened Spear, Reject the Gods, Pep Talk. She can learn Encourage, Battle Trance, Revel, and Wound Care. Honestly, Encourage and Battle Trance are both useful. I'm actually going to go with Encourage. And that's really all the gold I think I can reasonably spend right now. I do want to equip. Did it equip itself automatically? Yes, it did. It's like I swear, sometimes the camping skills don't equip themselves automatically, and then sometimes they do. It's like it exists just to confuse me. Anyway, that's all the spending we can really afford to do before our next mission. So, this is going to be the end for this part. So, I thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I will see you next time.